Foo Fighters' Dave Grohl recently came out and clarified why they fired their drummer, and Josh Freese was the drummer. He was initiated into the band in May 2023, but fired in May 2025. And a lot of people talked about it in the rock community. It was kind of confusing. Even the drummer came out. Josh Freese came out and he said he was confused. He was blindsided by the decision. And he even kind of joked about it on social media, saying things like he never whistled the words to My Hero or never whistled the melody. He didn't try to grow a beard. Silly little jokes like that, making light of it. But it was widely discussed in the rock world. Why would this happen to a drummer that's been around for a while and has been with a lot of bands? After all, here's a drummer that's been in the business for decades. He's in his 50s, and he's played with bands such as the Vandals, Devo, A Perfect Circle, Nine Inch Nails, also Guns N' Roses, Black Light Burns, Sublime, and even Avril Lavigne. In a new interview with The Zane Lowe Show, Grohl said that the decision to split with the drummer Freese was made while the Foo Fighters took a break from touring in 2024. He said, quote, "In those 6 or 7 months as a band, we talked about what to do next, a new direction, and thought, okay, let's call Josh and let him know what we're going to move on with a different drummer." Grohl also added that the decision didn't happen overnight. Grohl continued, "We called as a band, all of us called, it wasn't just me. Basically, we called Josh and we're like, hey man, that was awesome, that was such a blast, thank you so much, but we're going to move on and find another drummer." Unquote. But here is the actual reason, and it looks to be this. Now, Grohl continued in the interview. Since then, there's been a lot of talk about it, but I think Josh said it best when he said that he didn't feel our music really resonated with him. And that's really important. Unquote. In an interview in August 2025, just a few months after he was let go from the Foo Fighters, Josh Freese came out and said, quote, "It wasn't music that I really resonated with. I'm coming in as Dave Grohl's drummer and the guy that's supposed to save the day after the beloved Taylor Hawkins died." And he said that pressure made me feel like I had to be firing on all cylinders all the time, unquote. So Josh Freese came out and admitted he wasn't really that much into the music. And Dave Grohl obviously noticed that because a couple months before Freese admitted that, he fired him. And basically it comes down to this. If you've been in a band, even if a musician is really good, if they look like they're not into it, like they're not having a good time, like it's not their cup of tea, then you really don't want that person in the band, even if they're a great musician. And Josh Freese actually is a great drummer. I think you can go off of his resume and you can tell he's a fantastic drummer. You can hear the Foo Fighters shows with him in it. Sounds amazing. It may not have been like their previous drummer that passed away, Taylor Hawkins, but he definitely filled the shoes very well. But if someone is in the band and they're not into it, they're not happy, they're not stoked to be playing shows, it can make things a little more difficult, even if they're a good musician. So that looks to be the decision and the reason why Dave Grohl let him go. Now, Dave Grohl elaborated about Taylor Hawkins, the former drummer that passed away. Quote, "We had Taylor Hawkins as our drummer for 25 years. And beyond being an amazing drummer, he was an incredible spirit. He was this incredible human being. And he was our brother. He was our best friend." He said, so continuing after Taylor was really complicated, not just for us, but for any drummer that was going to come in, like, fill his shoes. We always talk about him every effing day. In everything we do, we want to have that energy. We want to have that energy for Taylor. Unquote. So it could have also been that, just the energy, the enthusiasm. Maybe he wasn't a showman enough. Maybe he didn't look like he was being entertaining, right? So even if he sounded good, he played all the right parts, had all the right drum fills, if you don't put on a good show and act like you're just a madman behind the drum kit, which is hard to do if you're not into the music, then that could have been another reason. It could have been the showmanship part of it, or it could have just been the attitude that Freese wasn't really that much into. He wasn't stoked. He wasn't thrilled to be playing the music. It looks like he was maybe just back there, just kind of filling in, doing his best, going through the motions, so to speak. So it took almost a year, but now we have the reasons why the drummer was let go from the Foo Fighters, straight from Dave Grohl. And I'd like to hear from you down in comments below this video if you've been in a band with someone that just wasn't into it, even though they might have been a good musician. You know what he's talking about there? He just wasn't into it. And when you're not into it, there's going to be a noticeable lack of energy and enthusiasm. So let me know what you think down in comments. Everybody, thanks for watching Rock and Riff Report. Hopefully we'll see you in the next video. Please make sure you're subscribed. Peace, everybody.